I'm Beth Barrett, the Artistic Director at SIFF, the Seattle-based film arts organization that operates 6 cinema screens in 4 buildings year-round, has an education and SIFF supports program that serves more than 20,000 people a year, and just celebrated our 50th annual Seattle International Film Festival with 2024 attendance just over 90,000. We have been a festival on and off, we have been a festival and an off and on year-round cinema since 1976, when Vancouverites Dan Ireland and Daryl McDonald decided that Seattle deserved a first-class film festival just like New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. They crossed the border, literally moved into the more Egyptian, and produced the very first festival, an 18-day affair with 18 films, including a secret screening of the guaranteed flop, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They produced the festival in secret, only telling anyone they were doing it when they announced the lineup and put tickets on sale, because everyone else would have taken it from them. SIFF remained at the more Egyptian, though Dan and Daryl got apartments, until the early 1980s. By the 1980s, the festival spanned 25 days, screening international and independent films to exponentially increasing audiences in Seattle. And they shifted to the for-profit organization Stage Fright. That's Daryl McDonald. Realizing they actually needed to be paid more than 6 months out of the year, in 1985, they renovated an old Masonic temple into the year-round art house cinema, the Egyptian Theater, grew the festival to include programs that live on today like Secret Fest, and established the Golden Space Needle Audience Awards, one of a few festivals at the time that gave out audience awards. In 1986, they sold the lease to Landmark Theaters, became a nonprofit so they could apply for NEA grants, and by 1989, were just in the film festival business again. The 1990s saw the organization rebrand to the nonprofit Cinema Seattle, institute a membership program, year-round screenings, launch the Filmmakers Forum, and grow programming across the festival to span the now familiar 25 days, familiar to those of us in Seattle. Through the first 30 years of SIFF, the festival was held all over the city at great venues, most of which are no longer in operation. Some have become live music venues, some have been torn down for progress, and one is the Mexican consulate. We started to think about our archives, and I started to store CD-ROMs, printed materials, zip disks, and other things under my desk. Rebranding yet again to become SIFF Group, the 2000s were a time of huge growth in festival films, now cresting toward 250 features, remember we're 25 days, year-round staff, and in 2006 we celebrated 30 years of festival, the calm before the year-round tsunami about to occur. We put in place strategic plans to start operating as a year-round art house cinema and to build a new home on the Seattle Center, which we did here at the McCaw Hall. Despite opening the Egyptian year-round for 4 years in the 80s, 2007, we jumped into McCaw Hall. We're the third tenant behind the opera and the ballet, but it gave us a taste of what we were going to do. We started a capital campaign in 2008, timing is everything on that, to move into the new home of SIFF on the Seattle Center campus, and in 2011 we did that, opening the SIFF Film Center and Theater, where the offices are, in July, and then assuming a lease on a triplex called the Uptown in use continually as a cinema since 1926. In October, SIFF, we were really year-round. In 2014, when Landmark left Seattle behind, we moved back into the Egyptian Theater and purchased the Uptown Cinema. We're now running 5 screens in 3 buildings, a 25-day film festival screening more than 400 films in 9 venues. Our education department served 10,000 young filmmakers a year. We were 40 years old. SIFF Supports is launched in 2016 to provide local film festivals and filmmakers venues, tech support, and marketing to the film-going audience. By 2019, SIFF was reaching over 350,000 people, different, annually through our programs. And as a 45-year-old organization, plans were put in place to start the archives process to gather and celebrate, and then 2020. We struggled, like everyone, going virtual for cinema, the 2021 festival, and reopening in the fall of 21 with DocFest. Audiences return. Amid plans to remain open and relevant, we started to look around at what other organizations were doing for their big anniversaries, because we had the looming 50th come into place. The festival tightened to 11 days. Thank the Lord on that one. It remains 11 days. In May of 2023, we announced we purchased the former Cinerama, Seattle Cinerama, opening to the public in December 23 with Wonka, and our opening week put us in the top 10 of the country for grosses, beating out multiplexes across the country. It was chocolate popcorn. We are now the umbrella organization for SIFF Cinema, 6 screens, 4 locations, 2 we own, the Seattle International Film Festival, which just celebrated its 50th anniversary, SIFF Education, and SIFF Supports. We center experiences that bring people together around film through these 4 pillars. And we're 50, kinda, sorta. So 2024 marked the 50th anniversary of the festival. Yes, yes, math started in '76, and now it's 2024. We start with 1, and at the time it was really funny to just skip 13. It happened. It wasn't our fault. So from January through May, we ran the 50 Years of SIFF series, focusing on audience and jury winners. And on May 1st, we launched the SIFF archives with digital flipbooks of all of our 50 years of catalogs, photos, recorded memories, video assets, lists of feature films that are played, and other highlights. A special shout out to Claire Garvin, sitting right here in the middle of the thing, for all the hard work in getting those launched. We continue to work on the preservation plan and to find boxes under desks and in other people's closets, and we'll keep adding to it. You can click through all of the posters to find the archival treasures. We worked with 2 interns from the University of Washington to get this up and running, and this will provide the backbone to continue to document our history moving forward and to find those places. We continue to find great photos from the first 50 years and keep recording the memories and reminiscences of our audiences. As we gather these together, we're going to keep adding them to the website and keep growing those archives. And that's how we're going to continue to tell our art house tale, collecting and exhibiting our history through the archives, the in-cinema art house experience with our venues, and creating experiences that bring people together around film with all of our events. Thank you very much.